Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath, and I am joined by my friend Vanessa. Vanessa, what's going on?
Hey Heath, hey everyone.
We are here to talk about High Fidelity, but not the movie, also not the novel, but the series, the 10 episode. Did it originate on streaming, or is it it's a Hulu series, right?
Yeah, in the States, it debuted on Hulu, and in Canada, we can watch it on Crave.
Okay. And we're here to talk about High Fidelity, the series, which may be gone before its time. It's a great show. You turned me on to this show. How did you find out about High Fidelity?
Okay, well, first, I read the book years ago, loved the book. And then obviously, we both saw the film. That film is a classic, and I love John Cusack. Awesome film. And then when I heard they were making a TV series about it, my first reaction was, why? Why does everyone need to remake everything? However, I finally did watch it. Fantastic TV series. I'm going to even go as far to say that I prefer the series over the film, which is
Wow.
saying a lot because I freaking love that film.
Wow, that's high praise, my friend.
I
Well,
know, I know it's not everyone's favorite because I've gone online and I read some reviews of what people thought of the show, and not everyone liked it, which is absolutely fair. But for me, geez, it was just so relatable,
mhm.
especially because this time there's a female character. So Rob, the character originally played by John Cusack in the film, is now played by Zoe Kravitz in the TV series. So that in itself really made the TV series very relatable to me specifically.
You could cynically look at it, which we're not doing, but to the cynics out there, you could look at it and you could say, like, well, they've taken an existing property and they expanded it to a TV series first. Why did they do that? Because there's more watch hours in a TV series. That's what they do now, right? Like, well, we like your pitch for this movie, but we're gonna say we see it more as a 10 episode streaming series. And you could also cynically say, well, they've just switched the gender of the main character to make it more, you know, woke is the word. People are going to comment before. We've already got the comments now. People haven't watched the video yet, but they've talked about being woke. Um, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a really well thought out show. And you're right. I mean, there's so much character stuff there. I don't want to spoil it, but later in the series, I don't know. Is this a spoiler or not? Like we follow Rob, which it's short for Robin, right? Isn't her name Robin? So that's related to the novel as well, and the John Cusack movie. And it's that like talking directly to the camera thing that can be really tedious, but it's not here. It's really wonderful. And like when other people talk to the camera, I'm like, ooh, there's no, like we switch focus, and that was really exciting for me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I agree. I agree because when a character breaks the fourth wall like that and is speaking directly to the audience, it just brings you so much closer to the story, to the show, to the production, to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really well done in this series. I know that some people, the fourth wall device doesn't work for everything. Like sometimes it could be gimmicky, but in this series, like you don't even realize it's happening until it's happening. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's strange, but oh, just fantastic. And one of the things I love about the show so much is it seems so real. Like it's messy, it's grungy, people are selfish. Like the no one in this show is perfect. No one. Um, and the show itself does not seem overly produced. Like there's not a gloss to it. It's dirty, it's messy, and I loved that about it.
Yeah, it's very realistic and it's very relatable. And there's no good person and bad person. Everybody, as you say, it's messy. Everybody's got their own damage. And there's selfishness is a big part of it. And we can all relate to that. I mean, some of it's in ourselves, some of it's in relationships that we've had in the past. Um, but it's also fun and really funny, like really funny.
Yeah, it's like cynically funny.
Yeah.
It's not like slapstick hilarious funny, but very cynically funny. And oh my God, Debbie Harry, like the cameos in this series were just Oh, I loved them. Debbie Harry, Parker Posey showed up in one episode.
Yep.
Oh, amazing.
So Zoe Kravitz is the star, and she is also an executive producer, I believe. And I think she wrote one of the episodes. Did you see Natasha Lyonne directed one of the episodes as well?
Didn't notice that. Oh, wow. Okay, but that makes sense.
Double check me, but I'm pretty sure I saw that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure someone will say it in the comments if we're
Yeah.
wrong. But if that is indeed true, that's fantastic. Like, no wonder I found it so relatable because
Mhm.
you have women handling this project. And I'm not saying anything negative towards men being involved, but for someone who's familiar with High Fidelity, a man wrote the novel. The original film starring John Cusack and Jack Black, it was mostly all men involved, but this time it's you've got women in there, you've got women in the mix, and that makes it so much more relatable to the female audience or anyone who identifies as female.
Yeah. But as you say, not cleaner. Yeah.
Messy.
Messier. It's not a romantic comedy like it's not Bridget Jones' Diary or something. I like Bridget Jones' Diary, but it's messy. It's like John Cusack, the whole like just the existential ennui that he brings to everything, but now we have it from a female perspective.
And I hope that doesn't deter men from watching this show if they haven't already seen it. Like, please watch it because, oh, I don't know, I just, the writing in this show, regardless if it's a woman writing it or a man writing it, fantastic stuff. Fantastic. And I rewatched it. I just finished rewatching it again last night, and there's certain things that I picked up on the second watch that I didn't notice in the first watch. So yeah, there's so much going on in this show in just 10 short episodes.
Great music too. Questlove is the associate music producer, as I believe his title, and it draws from all eras. I think it's in the first episode, but it might be the set. You've watched it twice. When is the Fleetwood Mac conversation? Is that the first episode?
The first or second episode when
Yeah.
Zoe Kravitz's character Rob goes on the date with Clyde. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a conversation. He's like this square button-up guy, and a Fleetwood Mac song comes on the radio, and he's like, he's like, and she's like, no, I do like this song, and then she goes into this whole thing about like the album in general, and like I feel like they were really better here than here, and I like that's totally music geek conversation. It's the thing for like High Fidelity the movie. They're like, do you even know your daughter? Like the really down and dirty stuff, but it draws from like the Blondie connection, and there's a Wings song that is like Paul McCartney. Wings is not like that's typical of very saccharine, very overproduced, I like Paul McCartney, but it's very schmaltzy. They use a Wings song so perfectly. The music curation is excellent. So for music fans, there's a lot to like there too. And there's a whole episode about like going to look at a vinyl sale, like they're going to look at vinyl, which I was like, ooh.
Yeah, for people, for music lovers and just pulp culture lovers in general, this is like a treasure trove of just pure gold, this show. It's amazing.
So I know that it's 10 episodes and it kind of ends unresolved. Um, do you feel like there needs to be more? Like it's not looking good, right? I think it looks done, but
Well, I don't, it was originally planned to go on for more than one season, but Hulu canceled it. I think they canceled it sometime last year. And that's really disappointing. However, when I finished rewatching it again for the second time last night, the way it ends, everything is very up in the air. I'm not going to spoil anything. For multiple characters, not just the main character. So for multiple characters, their storylines are unfinished. And yes, the show could have gone on if it hadn't been canceled. But isn't this the perfect resolution? Because I just said a few minutes ago that this show is so realistic, it's so messy, it's so dirty, it's so real life. And this is precisely what happens in real life. Like we live day to day not knowing what's going to happen next. So isn't this like the perfect ending for it? Unfortunately, it's canceled, but I kind of like it that way because we're left wondering.
Yeah, you had told me that when we were talking about it before I watched it, because I watched it because you recommended it, and I loved it. But you had said, I wish it had a season 2, or I'm so upset it doesn't have a season 2. And so I went into it knowing that, and I thought the end was like, I was like, well, that's kind of perfect because life doesn't have an ending, and we've left these characters kind of in the same messy situation where we came into them with. I mean, they've gone to a different place. There's been a story, but there's no like boop. There's no button where you're done, and
Yeah.
that was kind of beautiful to me. So I'm actually really satisfied with it. Maybe this will be like the cult hit that has 10 episodes and it catches on in the zeitgeist among the music fans and the those who know. You know.
I think so because just word of mouth online, there's so many people that are saying, "Oh, it's such a great show," and I would love to see it be uncanceled, if that's even a thing. But yeah, no, it just I'm satisfied. I'm
Yeah.
satisfied with the way it ended.
Anything else you want to say about it before we wrap it up?
There's one other thing. Did you notice how much of a role Prince played in this show? Like he was always in the background or he was always mentioned
Yeah.
throughout the episodes. And I think in Rob's office in the record shop, there's a big poster of Prince on the back wall right behind her desk. So anytime she's sitting at her desk having a conversation with someone, or she's breaking the fourth wall and having a conversation with us, you could see Prince behind her. And I think that was really well done because apparently Prince was a very close family friend of the Kravitzes and the Bonets. So I thought that was really sweet.
No, that's interesting. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't notice. I mean, I see it now, but good catch.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 2 recommendations for this show. If it sounds interesting to you, then you're the right audience for it, and you should check it out. So I will reference people to our previous collaborations. We've got our video about our discussion about cancel culture. We've got our discussion about the mysterious death of Thelma Todd, and more in the pipeline. It's very exciting, but we've had some great conversations, and I'll put a playlist up there. Well, there is a playlist where people can check all of it out.
Yeah, man, go watch it. Go watch it. Instead of clicking the X button on your browser window, just click to the next video.
Right? Where do you want people to go to check out what's going on with you? You want to promote anything?
I'm on Twitter, so you guys can find me at Vanessa Buttino, and I'm sure Heath will put it in the description box, but you can find me there.
Vanessa, thank you for turning me on to this show. I'm so glad that you did, and I hope that it carries over to some of the viewers out there because I think they're going to love it too.
Go watch, enjoy it.
Guys, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. And until next time, we will catch you later.